company mess up and they have to buy me out? My God.
Hello, y'all. It is time to breathe again on the latest Focus Sports webcast, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You see me, Charles, with Patrick. And Patrick, so we we gonna get into this coaching stuff a little bit more in detail later on, coming off the another high-profile firing that happened in the end.
$4 million. He's getting paid monthly, $800,000. Did you hear that?
I did. I saw that as soon as so when the story started to break, I think it was CBS Sports. To give CBS Sports credit here, they actually had a breakdown of all that, and yeah, the $800,000. That's wild.
Insane, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I want to go into a company and just be like, yeah, you can pay me $65,000 a year, but I also want to be guaranteed like $400,000, and then I'd be like, fire. I will do something to screw up, and I'll be like, you're fired, and I'll be like, cool.
Hey, Patrick, you know what? On that note, we're giving Brian Kelly an applause because he's just making money for getting fired.
Good for you, Brian Kelly. Way to suck at your job.
You know what? Hey, man, we got to do another applause here, and I'm gonna do the Georgia timeout.
Hey, you know what? I will say this about Brian Kelly. I'll give him credit where credit's due. You know, we got to do that both a sports style, right? To be honest with you, he's not far off from Nick Saban's record in the SEC, as well as win losses. The only difference was that Nick Saban had an SEC championship by this time and a national championship by this time. So
hello, Aaron. Good to see you. And so he says, I am here to defend Brian Kelly. Yeah, go ahead and I know. Oh yeah, we knew it was Midwestern Aaron. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we know who you are.
You know who you are.
Hey, look. All you got to do is make a comment, and we know who you are.
Yeah.
Hey, but that doesn't mean go out here and start. What is it that Kevin Durant does?
Oh yeah, no
burner accounts.
Yes,
no burner accounts.
Yes,
we'll still find out who you are, but no burner. Kevin Durant.
Oh goodness, the sudden accent roll, damn beignets. I love it. I mean, you know what? Look, man, since we're into the topic, we'll go ahead and we'll address it first before we get on to the action on the field and then look at the results.
Hey, that's what we're good at. We pivot very well.
And so we'll get into those results and look at next week's games here. But Patrick, I mean, Brian Kelly getting fired from LSU after, this was his 4th year. And it was uneven, like you said. The win-loss record, not bad. I think it was something around 34-14 was his record.
34-14, 19-10 in the SEC.
All right. And so the first year, people forget this, but they did make it to the SEC championship game, got beat by Georgia. But it was just an uneven tenure with Brian Kelly there. Started off with the fake accent, started off with him twerking on recruits to get them to come to the school. And so it was just.
God, I forgot all about that.
I did.
Of course, you're not going to.
Oh, no.
But then again, there's Odell Beckham, and I can't forget anything that dude did.
And so
it always cracks me up, dude, when he's sitting there talking to his boy, and his boy bends over to tie his shoe, and he goes,
"Stop! No, we're not doing this tonight, Patrick. No,
he's down in the hot tub.
We're not doing tonight. Is not the time. Maybe on the bonus show whenever we do the bonus show. But
dude, Odell Beckham cracked me up, man.
But look, this is the 3rd in the SEC Arkansas, of course, fired Sam Pittman. Last week, Florida fired Billy Napier. And now LSU has fired Brian Kelly. So what's going to happen is you're going to hear these names, of course, when you have these jobs that are open. And LSU is one of the more high-profile jobs we have in college football. And, of course, also in the Big Ten, you still have the Penn State job that's open after they fired James Franklin. And you're going to have these hot names. So, of course, Lane Kiffin's name is automatically, you pointed it out last week, but you know Lane Kiffin is going to be in the running to get one of these jobs in either LSU or Florida, primarily. So, but what needs to happen, because LSU obviously went for the hot name, obviously. And once Brian Kelly, once they said, we're going to go ahead, we're going to go after Brian Kelly, who was under contract with Notre Dame at the time. And we're like, okay, we'll throw $10.5 million at him. And here comes Brian Kelly. There has to be, for now on, and we know this will not happen like this because it's still going to be about bringing in the hot name, putting asses in the seats, and just trying to generate some excitement for the program. But ultimately, you need to be able to perform on the field. There has to be something. What LSU? Let's see what Aaron says. LSU needs Miles Gundy. The Gundy. No. LSU does not need to bring in Mike Gundy, and we'll talk about that. As a matter of fact, you're leading me into the point, Aaron, because Mike Gundy, if he was to come down to LSU, you need somebody who has to be willing to evolve if they haven't evolved already. And also on top of that, you have to be able to understand what that fit is going to be between the head coach and the program. That part is on the athletic director because he's the one who is bringing these people in. And it's just like a general manager in your pro sports. You have to have lockstep agreement between that athletic director and head coach, whoever that head coach is, to fit whatever it is you are looking for in the program. That's number two, Patrick, and then I'll be kind of done. No, but one more point, and then you jump in. With the program, expectations, they need to be realistic. And I know people are going to come in and say, well, of course we want to win a championship. Of course, we all want to win a championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
But where are you at when you hire the coach? If you are going through a middle of a pack term or you're on the bottom half of said conference, we got to start there first. Let's start building the culture first before we want to talk about winning championships because we're not there yet. Now, at LSU, Florida, programs like that, you have the talent. You definitely have the talent to go in there and get some people, and then it might take getting another coach who can pull the most out of that talent. But in most cases, that's not the case. You are middle of the pack. You got to figure some things out before you want to compete for a title.
Well, I mean, and I agree with you on all of that. But I do want to add a few things. Like teams like LSU and teams like Florida and LSU, you have to look at it's like there's a culture that is already there. It may be a stale, stagnant culture, and it takes a new coach to come in and breathe life, I guess, into that culture. I mean, look, Florida, when Urban Meyer left Florida, there was a culture there, and we all and you can see it. And as the years go by, I mean, obviously there's coaches that's going to try to come in and change a little bit of that, put their own little twist or own little flavors on it. But I mean, to be honest with you, even when we saw Brian Kelly go into LSU, me and you were like, bad move. Because there's nowhere that team can go under his tenure. There's nowhere it can go. That would have to have a strong-minded coach, and Brian Kelly wasn't a strong-minded coach. He just wasn't. But I agree with you on all of that, man. I just you have to look at those teams like that and build around or breathe life back into that culture that those two teams had. Not everybody is going to be handed what Vanderbilt had. There was no culture there. It was, oh, let's just show up to a couple of games, let's get our butts whipped, and let's go home. Whatever. And now look at what Vanderbilt's doing. I mean, this is a legit top 10 team. Legit. And
Clark Lee's been a beast.
What's that?
Clark Lee, the coach, and
Clark, and how long has he been there? This is his third year.
Yeah.
So look at what he's done to this team when you're given an opportunity to either what he got was to develop his own culture, or B, you're going to have to find it. Like Florida and LSU has to go out and look and say, what is our culture so that we can hire appropriately? I'm not going to sit here and tell you James Franklin is the right man for either one of those jobs, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's not either. Maybe the reason why he can't win the big games was because he never had the talent to win those big games. You come to LSU and you come to Florida, now you have a lot more talent than Penn State had. And I'm not saying that Penn State didn't have a lot of talent. I'm just saying that they are fighting for their talent because you still got Ohio State, who is winning games like crazy. You got Michigan, who those two teams are just coming off of fresh national championships. So national championships move kids into wanting to play for those teams, right? And then after that, if they can't get on the field with a team that's like Michigan or Ohio State at this point, then they go to their second option, and that might be Indiana, or that might be Illinois or Penn State, just so they can get their time on the field. And I get that too. I understand that. But I mean, these athletic directors are going to have to take some time, look at what they have. What is that culture? Now let's go and hire for the right one. And I agree. I think another name being floated out is Marcus Freeman, who of course is the head coach of Notre Dame. Oh yeah. I mean, dude, it wouldn't surprise me if Jimbo Fisher starts throwing his name back. Oh God.
But yes, regardless of those names, so looking at Lane Kiffin has built something pretty good at Ole Miss, but hasn't won. We keep on talking about they're kind of the but team in the SEC. Now they have a shot to perhaps win one this year. I think it's very wide open. I know you feel like it's wide open, not just in the SEC, but just around the country on which team can get high, get into the playoff, and see if they can have a run similar to what Ohio State.
As we watch every week in and week out, it doesn't take but a slip up and you lost to a non-ranked team and you drop 14 spots. It does not take much. So NIL really changed that.
Unless you're Miami and you just drop like 9 spots.
Yeah, unless you're Miami and you go up in the rankings after a loss. Hey, I was third. Now I'm second. How did that happen? And then there's a player over there Venmoing the ref.
We're going to talk about some gambling here soon, but it is like you said. Those athletic directors. I mean, I don't think I could have said it any better than you just did. They need to understand what the culture is at these schools, and when they figure that out, then you have to find that head coach who can fit that culture. Mm-hmm. And ultimately get the most out of these kids or out of these young men. And who knows? I mean, maybe as time has evolved, the culture has changed maybe a little bit. But I know in particular with the SEC schools, and I'm pretty sure you'll agree with me on this point. With the SEC schools, there is more of we want to keep that tradition. So I don't think that culture is too far away from being found because the traditions are still pretty deep rooted in those schools. It's just up to the athletic director to tap into those. And ultimately, you get that head coach fits what you are trying to build. And those two people, athletic director and head coach, whoever it is, got to be lockstep. Got to be lockstep in this, because if they're not, if there's some disagreement, you're going to have tension. And I know, speaking of tradition with LSU, I heard a good amount of stories just going through YouTube clips and even through some of these outlets who put out articles where that culture that you talk about, Patrick, at LSU, it was non-existent with Brian Kelly there, just simply because you have a lot of players, former players, who loved coming to LSU, coming to games, and you could always tell you're watching the games, and you can see who's there, you can see who's on the sidelines. You can see a whole bunch of players, former players, or even coaches or whatever the case there at the games in Death Valley, in Baton Rouge. It's almost like they didn't want to be down there because they probably knew Brian Kelly was kind of a fake guy, really wasn't about any of that. And so I think that's something that the athletic director has to look at. Like, look, we love it when our former players come down, talk to the team, talk to the players, and have them understand that tradition that they had a hand in building.
Yeah, watch this weekend and watch how big and what's the big names that come out for this Georgia-Florida game.
Make Brian Kelly film on a Skyjack. I love it, Aaron. I love it. Love it. You know what? I gotta do it again.
Do it again. Give him two. You're gonna give him two a standing ovation?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And then we'll give him this too. That's supposed to be a shot. But yeah, there's some soul searching now that needs to happen for those programs. And if you're LSU and if you're Florida, you might not have to look too far. I mean, you don't have to look too farther than actually Texas A&M. Remember, Texas A&M just went through this. Jimbo Fisher's payout, that was what, $79 million. And they bring in Mike Elko, who had built a pretty successful program at Duke, out of all places. We all know Duke is a basketball school. And
but they showing up on the field this year.
Yeah, and he has A&M playing. I mean, A&M right now looks like the favorite in the conference. Now, of course, we will see how these things break on down. But right now, A&M looks pretty good. And I know Mike Elko, at the end of that game where they destroyed LSU in Baton Rouge, was just talking about the culture and what is built there. And everybody is lockstep. That's what these other teams have to look for and make sure everybody is on the same page and they continue to grind. It's what made Nick Saban so successful during his days in Bama. Kirby Smart has that right now with Georgia, and we'll see if they can get to another. It'll be their third national championship if they're able to pull it out. And so that those teams, that's what they have to figure out before anything else, before they're worried about any type of championship, anything. Culture. What is your culture?
Figure that out first, because you ain't going anywhere without it.
Exactly. And so with that, Patrick, I know we pointed out a few of these games, the A&M LSU game from last week. What other games caught your eye?
I'm going to make these quick so that we can get to it, because I know that we're behind the gun now.
I know, we good.
How about that Texas-Mississippi State, man? Come from behind victory and then had to go into overtime.
Yeah.
Shout out to your Longhorns, dude.
Hey, survive in advance, man. And I knew this was going to be tough. I mean, because playing there in Starkville is always tough, or Stark Vegas, as we call it down south. Mississippi State came out and they punched us. They punched us in the face, and we had to respond. And I give.
What did you in the fourth quarter?
Hey, I give Arch Manning some credit. He was able to make some clutch throws. Our offensive line needs some work, but they protected good enough to give him a chance.
They survived.
Yeah, and we had the punt return. Our special teams have come up big.
That was big.
Last
that was big. I'd say that was probably your turning point right there for Texas.
Yeah,
that was huge.
Niblett's been our best player the last.
Good call on the Memphis South Florida game. That was a good game. And I do look, this score for North Carolina and Virginia, man, I know that was close, but look, hey, shout out to Bill Belichick for rolling the dice and going for the win, man. I respect it. I mean, it didn't work out for him. I get that, and everybody's going to be like, do you regret doing that? Nah, man. I respect it, and I still like it. So it cost him the game. Fair enough. But at the same time, that was probably the most fight I've seen in those boys on both sides of that ball all season. So he's making headway in North Carolina. So shout out to Bill Belichick for that.
Give him a little bit of time, man.
Give him some time. And dude, Ole Miss going into Oklahoma and turning out on that, and then Vanderbilt making sure they got Missouri. So there was my games that I thought were just phenomenal. That Vanderbilt game was crazy good. I didn't think it was going to be that close, or that low scoring. Man, it was 3-3 at the half.
Yeah,
what a game, dude! Nobody could score, and it was field position. I mean, just the field position play was just on point, dude. Like on point. So yeah, that was a good game. To me, to be honest with you, that was probably one of the better games of the week.
Yeah, it was. I gotta give you props. The BYU Iowa State game. BYU came back. Iowa State was up.
Dude, I was sweating that one. I was like, my God, he's gonna gain a game on me.
Nah, BYU showed up in the second half.
Yeah.
Took that game over in Ames. Bama escaped. South Carolina was giving them the business, but they made plays in the fourth quarter. And hey, look, just survive in advance, man. I know I keep saying it, but that's the name. That is what it's about, because these teams, they are hungry. You go on the road, you can get got, and if you're not bringing something close to your A game, you can get got. It almost happened to us, like you pointed out, there in Starkville, and they went to Columbia, and South Carolina had the lead in the fourth quarter, just couldn't hold on. So give Alabama credit for making the plays, pulling that out. Houston went to Arizona State, and
I forgot about that game.
The Big 12 is wide ass open. I mean, but there's some good teams. I mean, all these conferences, I guess with the exception of the Big 10, looks like Ohio State and Indiana are clearly the two best teams in there from what I'm seeing. Oregon is still a threat too. But these other conferences, the SEC, wide open. I know A&M looks good, but we'll see if they can maintain it through the end. The Big 12 is wide open. ACC is wide open too, although Georgia Tech might be the best team in there. And so it's a lot of interesting stuff coming up as we get into November. And of course, next week, I believe, fact check me on this, Patrick, but I think next week is the first unveiling of the college football playoff rankings. I believe so.
I thought it was after this week.
It could be.
I'll look it up when I'll look it up when here in just a bit.
All right. I think it's next week. I could be wrong. But as we get into November, money time now. Let's see who's going to stand out, who's going to start to assert themselves in the rankings. And with that, let's check out these latest standings in the BOFA Sports Pick'em Challenge. And both of us,
what a week!
I know both of us went 5-1, and we mentioned the games. We disagreed on two of them, and we each got one of those. So the one
Tuesday,
you got,
November 4th.
huh?
Tuesday, November 4th.
Yep, next week.
Oh, next week.
Yeah, and so so we had yeah, so you're sitting at 28-14. I'm sitting at 23-19. The game you got that we disagreed was that BYU Iowa State game. BYU, of course, won 41-27. And I got the South Florida Memphis game right, where I picked Memphis and they won 34-31. South Florida had a chance to tie it up with the last second field goal, but had a bad snap and it went off to the side. So 5-1 for each of us. We'll go ahead with the air clap. That. And you're still up 5 in terms of the overall picking, and then I got one of those final scores right. I'm still in the running. I'm not quite back yet. I won't say that I'm back. But we'll see how November starts off, and we'll jump right into it with 6 of these games that we'll pick for next week's schedule. So, do I go first on this one still?
Odd. And you won last week, so you go first.
So I go first. All right. Well, shoot, Patrick, we're just going to jump right into it, man. We got Vandy in Texas.
You ain't wasting no time.
No. We need to get into this one because it's a noon game. So it's going to be an early start. And, well, I don't really have too much to add to this. Of course, I feel like we're going to win the game, but it's going to be down to the wire. Vanderbilt's good. All right. I mean, I don't think this is one of those things where Vanderbilt is sneaking up on people and they're riding a hot streak. I think this is a legit program now that is capable of doing some things. And you might be right, Aaron. Diego Pavia might rule my soul, but not for this week. We're gonna go. I just think we'll be able to make enough plays. We'll have to watch the status of Arch Manning. He is in concussion protocol. And if he can't go, then we have Matthew Caldwell, who he transferred. I can't remember the school he transferred from, but that's who would be playing if Arch Manning cannot go. With that, though, I still think our defense, even though we got gashed against Mississippi State, I think we'll be better than we were against Mississippi State. And I think we'll be able to make enough plays on offense and special teams, because special teams has been really bailing us out. But I think it'll be a low scoring game. I don't see this really getting out of the 20s, so it wouldn't surprise me if it is. We'll go us 23-17.
Good score. Yeah, I mean, you are playing. Y'all are playing in Austin, so it's. I mean, I know. It's hard to know what Texas is doing, man. It's like sometimes they show up, and when they show up, dude, they're there to play, bro. They're there to play. If they don't, you don't get a Texas team worth crap. You know what I mean? And I hate to say that.
It's true.
They're such a good team.
It's true.
But man,
we've been uneven.
Man. Huh?
We've been uneven.
Very uneven. I mean, like y'all look like Georgia, but for 4 quarters. I mean, I hate it for you, man. But you know, I do have to go Vandy, man. I'm gonna go Vandy. I do agree with you with the scores. I go Vandy only because I just don't know if Arch Manning is going to go, because you said he was, you know, like you said, he's in concussion protocol and he could not possibly play. I'm gonna go Vandy, but I like your score. I'm gonna go 20-17 Vandy. I do think that these defenses show up, and there's it's going to be very, very defensive minded. So 2017 Vandy.
All right. So what's your game or your first one?
I'm going to go down here to Cincinnati, Utah. Man, look. So I know they're playing in Salt Lake. See, here, I was thinking that I was like, maybe I should just do this game third and give myself time to think, because this is going to be a good game. I think this is going to be a lot better than most people think.
This is the college game day game, by the way.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm going to take that back. I didn't know that. I thought they were going somewhere else. But I think this is going to be a good game. I think Cincinnati does show up to play. But I think with it being in Salt Lake and now college game day, I'm going to give the nod to Utah. I'm going to go, we'll say 27-23 Utah.
All right, 27-23 Utah. I'd like that score. And I think, so you're right, Cincinnati is good. I mean, Cincinnati has an explosive offense. And I remember when they played the first game of the season, and I know we talked about this on a few webcasts we've done during the season. But they had that first game of the year against Nebraska. And even though they lost, you can see signs of, hey, this team could be dangerous in the Big 12. And as it stands right now, it is the Bearcats and BYU who are sitting on top of that conference with no losses within the conference.
Yeah.
And so it wouldn't surprise me if Cincinnati did come in here and win this game. But I'm with you. I think Utah looks like the team we had seen in years past. Last year was kind of an outlier. They didn't look like themselves, but Utah has that physical running game back, and they have a playmaking quarterback, and that defense looks aggressive and nasty now too. So I'm with you. I do think Cincinnati shows up. But I think Utah will pull this out. I'm gonna go. I think there will be some points scored. I think it's gonna be a mix of points and defense. You're gonna see some good defense coming through. The offense is gonna get theirs as well. But I'm gonna go Utah 34-28.
What did I say? 27-23?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So 34-28 is what I got. But we both have Utah winning that one. All right. Well, how about this one, Patrick? Miami goes to SMU. And I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I don't know if these defenses can do enough to keep up with the offenses, and because
I agree with that,
and because it's going to be a high-scoring game, I think the chances for Carson Beck to throw the game away go up as well. So I think SMU will do enough to force, but we'll go 2 interceptions for Carson Beck, and I think SMU will pull this out, and they're playing this game in Dallas. I think it'll be something like 37-31.
Okay.
Yep, SMU this out. Miami's going to show up, of course. Miami's got a good team. But yeah, in a shootout, I like Jennings, the quarterback for SMU, over that.
Well, you know me. I've watched Carson Beck for the past 2 years. And here's the problem with Carson Beck. Coming off of a 4 interception, and he's done it several times in Georgia. Coming off 4 interceptions, normally his next game is pretty freaking elite. I mean, it's just the way he does. He'll come out and he'll just surprise you and throw 4 interceptions. No touchdowns, negative 480 yards, that kind of thing.
Yep.
What's this? Their first time out of Florida all year?
I know, right?
Maybe.
They've
unfortunately, man, I don't like either one of these defenses. But I would say I like Miami's defense better. I do. Carson Beck might have a big night. I'm gonna go Miami. I think Miami and look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this SMU defense is not going to force Beck into making a bunch of stupid throws. Here's the problem: I just don't trust that SMU defense.
Yeah, I hear you.
and I would say I trust Carson Beck's arm more than I trust SMU's defense, and that's saying a lot. If you, I mean, I think it's going to be high scoring as well. I'm going to go Miami 41-32.
41-32. Okay. We both got shootouts. That's funny.
Dude, that's going to be a shootout, dude. Like, well, you know what? Since you're going to be in that conference, let's stay in that conference and just make this one really interesting. Duke Clemson. Let's make it really interesting. Did you think I would go here?
I didn't. I thought about it, and then I said, "No, I don't think you."
It is being played in Death Valley, man. But you know what, dude, that Duke team. God, I want to go Duke too. I want to go Duke so bad. And I'm going to. I'm going to go Duke. I'm going to go Duke because I think Duke can do it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I think Clemson. I think Clemson goes back to 500 today or on Saturday. I'm gonna go Clemson. As much as I want to go Duke, man, I want to because Duke can come in and beat you. They're a good team on the field. They're very disciplined, though. There's been a few games where they have not been as disciplined as they could have been, especially that game. What was that game? Illinois came. Illinois came to Duke and just slaughtered them. I mean, but Duke had so many penalties. They cleaned themselves up for the next 3 or 4 games, and then Georgia Tech took care of business. I'm gonna go Clemson though. I think Clemson and Dabo gets everything a little bit more back on track. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go Clemson, but I think Duke keeps it close. I'm gonna go 27-25 Clemson.
All right. When you said 27-25,
yeah,
Clemson. Clemson looks done. Like
they do.
Clemson looks like they're ready to quit. That looks like a team that is they're a little lifeless.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just holding on, just waiting for somebody to just put them down.
They're waiting for Jesus to come in and save the day.
I want to pick Duke so bad.
Dude, you don't know how bad I want to pick Duke. But they're playing in Clemson. And that's where I'm just like,
oh man. Because Duke,
I think if they were playing in Duke, I think Duke handles them. But I think that since they're playing in Death Valley, Clemson's version of Death Valley, it's like you know how Nick Saban is like, you go to Auburn and it's haunted?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that. It's like, I think Clemson just screws around and they end up winning at home. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But dude, I want to go Duke so bad. But it's just like, Clemson will do something stupid and win.
Dude, I'm doing it, man. I'm picking Duke.
Do it.
I'm picking Duke.
You want me to go with you? I want to.
Clemson just looks like they are just so done. I don't know. And look, Clemson should win this game. You would look at it and say, like you said, they are playing in Death Valley. They're coming off of a loss to SMU. Maybe they are ready to reverse some things, come back strong. But dude, Yes, I'm going Duke. Duke is winning this. I am going. I think it'll be 31-28.
God, see, now I want to change.
Yep, 31-28. I'm going Duke because Clemson looks done, man. Like they are just kind of just they're holding on and they're uneven. And then they had a good win in North Carolina, and then they come home. Then SMU, I think SMU put 45 points on them.
45 points on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
My God, I want to go Duke.
I'm going Duke. I'm doing it. 31-28 Duke is where I'm at. Yep.
Can I change if I want to?
You can, yes.
I want to go Duke so bad. Dude.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
Hell with it. Yes, I want to go Duke. I want to go
Okay.
Duke so bad, dude. I want to so bad. What'd you say?
I got 31-28.
All right, I'm gonna go Duke. God, and I think they're a better team. To be honest with you,
They're definitely playing better. And do you have the same score?
no, I'm gonna go Duke 28-25.
28-25. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That is funny because I'm going Duke, man. Like Clemson just looks like they're ready to just
Roll over.
they roll over and
But
overhaul style.
picking against them at home, man, is just so hard.
It is, man. But Clemson, they already have 2 losses at home.
Yeah,
I mean, Syracuse came in there, rolled them up, and it's almost like that was,
you came in, rolled them up.
yeah, and that's almost like that was Syracuse Super Bowl because Syracuse hasn't really done anything since. And
Nope.
so, but I think Duke is solid, man. I think they're gonna win this. So one more game.
And then they got Florida State next.
Yep, Florida State might be ready to roll over too. One more game here, Patrick, for me. And how about this one? Let's go over to the AAC, the American Athletic Conference, and look at Navy and North Texas.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go North Texas. I'm gonna go ahead.
And it's crazy because this is one of those, man, when do we get to talk about one of the academies? And for me, it's both. When do we get to talk about the academies? And when do we get to talk about my alma mater? I remember the last time I talked about my alma mater, we got blasted by Southwestern. And so I don't know how this one is going to go, really, except for there's going to be a lot of points scored, and I just think North Texas will be able to outscore Navy. I wouldn't be surprised if this game ended up in the 40s, but I'll put high 30s, and I'll go 39-36. North Texas.
Okay, I like it. Not really much to say. I'm gonna go 35-30 North Texas.
All right. So we got an agreement there. You said 35-30?
Yeah.
Okay. Just trying to make sure I got all this right here. Okay. So 35-30 for you. And I got 39-36. All right, Patrick, what's your final game?
All right. I'm going to go to this one. And, we don't talk about this one a lot. And, you talking about the academy. So let's talk about the Army Air Force game. And let's talk this one because, so I've watched both of these teams play. And to be honest with you, I'm not really like, huge on either one of them. I don't think their offenses are like crazy strong. They're right in the middle of the pack for offense. They're right in the middle of the pack for defense. But I think both of these teams can score against each other. Plus, they're always going to bring it when they play each other. But I do feel that Air Force is a little bit of a better offense than Army. So I'm gonna go Air Force. I'm gonna go Air Force. 26-22.
26-22 Air Force. All right. I'm with you. I don't have much to add to that as well. Aaron, don't worry about that. All right, so you said, are you talking extra long about college football because Chalk's 49ers lost? No. We got our asses whooped in Houston the other day.
Yeah.
So
Right, but you know what? I'm not gonna say crap, because we'll have Buffalo come in and beat them, and then get our asses handed to us by my freaking ants. I just sit there and I was just like, pathetic.
That's pretty bad.
But guess who we had as quarterback, Charles? Guess who was back?
Yeah.
You like that, don't you? You like that?
No. We don't like that at all.
No.
And so before we go there, I'll give my score. I think Air Force is going to win too. I think it'll be 27-24. I don't have much to add to what you said. I think Air Force is a little bit better on the offensive end, and I think Will Kidd. Aaron's coming with it. He said Patrick couldn't handle Miami.
Hey, guys, I gotta step away for just 1 second. So Charles, sorry,
gotta carry it. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, I have Air Force winning 27-24, and so we'll move on to the NFL. And yes, Aaron, you mentioned that. Yes, my 49ers got beat by Houston. I really can't pinpoint what happened, except for we came into that game sleepwalking, just not really aware of the situation. And almost like we felt like we were going to come in there and just win from showing up. And you give CJ Stroud and that offense credit. They were able to just roll the yardage up, and before we knew it, we were down 16-0 and couldn't make it up. So give Houston credit for basically saving their season for the time being. I mean, they came into that game 2-4, and they got a win to keep some things alive for their season. Props to Houston. And yeah, I don't care who's playing quarterback for y'all, Patrick. Y'all can't lose to Miami. We have talked about Miami being a house of cards, just ready. I mean, they got mopped. They got mopped on the shores of Lake Erie last week by the Browns.
Yeah. And then they're gonna show up to Atlanta and beat us 34-10.
That is bad.
I was like, you know what?
And that's the he said y'all couldn't get jiggy.
No, we couldn't get jiggy with it. No, we couldn't.
That's a bad loss.
That's a bad loss. But you know what? What have I been saying all year? This is the type of freaking crap we do every single time. And as long as we play like this as a team, we will never win a Super Bowl ever. Because this is our MO right here. Let's go beat the best and lose to the worst.
You talk about we were talking about in college about culture, and in Atlanta, I think from the looks of things, ever since that bad Super Bowl loss, but ever since then, there's just been I guess kind of a staleness, just like something is off there. And you will have something like you said. I mean, y'all came in there, y'all looked great in that Monday night game against the Bills.
Well, that's because Chick-fil-A was open.
Yeah, and then you couldn't. But ever since then, the loss to us 20-10, and the wheels just fell off. There's no explanation for that. I mean, that game was 34-3.
Yeah,
and y'all got a garbage touchdown to make it. I mean, y'all didn't even make it respectable. I mean,
no, it's not respectable. It's not respectable at all.
Yeah,
a loss to Miami is not respectable at all. I don't care if we would have lost 34-33. That is disgraceful.
Yeah, that can't happen.
And I'm not trying to knock Miami. It's just Miami has fallen off, dude. And
Yeah.
we have the talent in Atlanta to win games like that. We should be 4-3. Honestly, I look at our record and we should definitely be somewhere like 5-2 right now. But no, we're going to lose to the freaking Dolphins.
Yeah. Okay. So a couple of things there. So Aaron had said he's not ready for Arizona to blow another fourth quarter lead. It has been tough in fourth quarters for the Cardinals this year. And the Cardinals, I think they have a good.
Lose to Miami.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's just last second field goal losses to us and to Seattle. They lost at the last minute to the Colts, and we know how good the Colts are doing. And they probably should have beat the Green Bay Packers last week, or the week before last. They had them down, and then Green Bay was able to win 27-23. Arizona has been in every single game this year. They just been tough luck. And Cam Scatterboo. Look, for those who didn't see that injury he had against the Philadelphia Eagles, it's pretty squeamish. I mean, it's that ankle. No.
What happened? I didn't even seen or heard.
Man, look, Patrick. Now you remember we were talking about injuries and how when we were in our 20s and 30s, we could look at these injuries and not get too squeamish. Not anymore, dude. Like,
I look at somebody roll an ankle and I'm like,
yeah, I don't need to see any more gruesome injuries. And that was bad. It was bad. It was bad.
Is it report broken?
Oh yeah, dude. He's got a dislocated ankle and he's done for the year. Yeah, it was bad. Like, it was so bad, Fox couldn't show it anymore. They showed it one time, and he was down, getting the air cast put on him, and Fox was like, "We're not gonna show the injury anymore." It was just
Good. So I can't stand it. Well, our prayers go out to Scatterboo for that, because that sucks. I hate when people get hurt in sports, man. It sucks.
It does, man. And then
I just have one question though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Saquon Barkley, gotta say his name right. Come off limping. I haven't heard anything about that. What was that about? Is it just
like a little tweak? It looks like he's good.
Good.
Yeah. It looks like he's good. It's not nothing where he's gonna miss any time, or at least I haven't heard that he's gonna miss.
Yeah, I haven't heard either. That's the reason I was seeing if you heard anything. But I do have one question, and I know this doesn't go along with our topics, but I do have to ask it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, could Denver win that conference or win that division?
Oh no! So okay, yeah, because I was going to point out Denver, and Denver,
they're looking good.
Denver looks good. Yeah, Denver can definitely. I think they could definitely win the conference. Now, obviously, we got the boogeyman in that division, and they are still
starting to look very put together.
They are
all of a sudden.
They are still you got to show me you can beat the Chiefs in the AFC, just simply put. But if there is a team who I think is capable of doing it, I think the Broncos are capable. The Denver has a very good defense, and they, you know how. All right, Patrick, you know how it goes with the Dallas Cowboy bump. There's a good game, and all of a sudden, everybody wants to say, "Oh, Dak Prescott is playing like an MVP.
We're going to the ship."
Yeah.
And then one bad game, and they're like,
"Yeah,
he suck."
And he didn't look nothing like an MVP candidate against that Denver defense. Simply put, he went back to looking lost, and this is the thing that you get with Dak Prescott. I think he's a good quarterback, but when he plays against good defenses, he's not good against those defenses. And Denver has one of the best defenses in the league.
I haven't seen the defense mask their their plays like Denver does, man, you just don't know who's coming. You just don't know, and they blitz crazy too. I mean, they're a well-disciplined, organized team. I mean, and Bo Nix is like, dog. If this dude, what did he throw? What did Bo Nix throw? Did he throw for like 4 touchdowns or something crazy like that?
I think 3. He might have had 4. He might have had 4 actually. Yeah, he might have had 4.
I'm gonna look that up because man, he was balling. He was balling, dude. Every time I turned it over there, I saw him throwing, and he was just wide open. Pow, pow, pow. I was like, dude,
if that's the Bo Nix you're getting, Denver is capable of doing some things for sure. Aaron says, Aloha defense in Denver don't know if they're coming or going. Yeah, blitz wise, yeah.
He went 19 for 29 for 247 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Yeah,
and you know what? And he came back because
stats.
Yeah, because he came back from that first interception. He threw an interception. That interception came on the first drive of the game.
Yeah, and then he went 4-0 after that.
Yeah, so Denver's formidable. Before we look at next week's games, Patrick, I gotta say this about a couple of teams in particular. If you are the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders, it's danger time for y'all. Yeah. Your season can get away from you in a hurry, and both of them have some games leading into this week's games. Minnesota has to go to Detroit, and so that's Detroit's good, man. And then Washington has Seattle coming in on Sunday night, and that Seattle offense looks really bad. Aaron says the Vikings should trade for Kyler Murray. They don't want that.
Nobody wants that, especially with what Arizona is going to be wanting. They're like, yeah, we'll give you Kyler Murray, but we want 500 first-round draft picks, 290 second-round draft picks. We want your firstborn child and your thirdborn child, because I think your secondborn is just weird. Yeah, dude, like they're gonna want so much for Kyler that everybody's gonna be looking at them going, yeah, I'll give you 50 cents and a gum bar.
Aaron said, I'll trade him for a gumball.
See, we're right on the right trail, man. Yeah. I was like 50 cents and a Klondike bar.
Yeah, exactly. Look, a stick of gum and like
flavorless.
There's
no flavor whatsoever.
Yeah, you give me some M&Ms and a Jolly Rancher. You got a deal.
Jolly Rancher and a Sprite.
Yeah, and Aaron said, you got a deal. Handshake. I love
it. Take it before you change your mind.
Oh my goodness. And we have been saying about Kyler Murray, I think this is it for him, man. I think it's gonna be one of those things where Arizona might start a rebuild. Aaron said, don't tell me with a good time, Patrick.
Look, I'll tell you what. Here's the trade of the century right here. We'll give you Kirk Cousins
for Kyler Murray.
For you to shoot Kyler Murray in the leg.
It's so bad. So bad. Nah, man.
Now, Aaron, don't tempt me with a good time.
Nah.
We'll give you Kirk Cousins with a wink and a smile. Give me a wink and a smile, and Kirk Cousins yours, dude. Just get him out of that Falcons jersey, dude.
Gosh. That was bad. That was bad against the Falcons or against the Dolphins. But man, real quick. So I noticed with the Indianapolis Colts, and this is the team with the best record in the league. They're sitting at 7-1, and now there is talk about their running back, Jonathan Taylor, getting a MVP consideration. Now, if you look at Jonathan Taylor's stats, he's tearing it up. This dude has 12 rushing touchdowns. He leads the league in rushing as well. And he has 2 receiving touchdowns. My question is this, though. Where have we gotten to the point to if anyone besides a quarterback is mentioned for MVP consideration, it's a shock? Should not be that way. I understand what the times tell us. Quarterback it's a QB driven league, and it's all about the quarterback, even though we're in the most, team oriented sport there is. And I'm not trying to fault the quarterback position. But if Saquon Barkley, going back to last year, Saquon Barkley rushed for 2,000 yards, over 2,000 yards.
Just over.
Yeah, like 2,005 yards. He had rushed for over 2,000 yards on a team that eventually won the Super Bowl, and he couldn't win the MVP. That's insane to me. And I'm not trying to take away from what Josh Allen did, or even Lamar Jackson, because those were the two it was between those two quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But to me, Saquon was the best player last year.
And on top of that, there was this thing where you watch him and they were like, hey, you're like 8 yards away from hitting 2,000. But next week you are, you can get your 2,000 yards in the playoffs. And he was like, yeah, give the other dude a chance to play. Dude, that's mad respect, because like he wasn't driven by the stats, he was driven by the wins. Yeah. And what mattered to him was winning the Super Bowl and not getting his 2,000 yards. Now, ultimately, he ended up getting his 2,000 yards before the season ended, and so kudos to him on that. But I mean, dude, all he had to do is hit one more rush, and he would have had over 2,000 yards that game. You know what I mean? It's just it just says a lot about people who like Barkley that also wants their team to be involved as well. That just says a lot, man. And I respect that more. And after that, I was like, dude, I like this dude. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked him before, but man, now it's just like, man, that's cool, because one of my favorite running backs was Warwick Dunn. Mm-hmm. And I mean, dude, I loved watching him play. And he would do stuff like that. Like, he didn't care about the yards. He wanted to play, but he was like, no, get him some snaps as well and let him play. And I love that about Warwick Dunn. You know what I mean? So, I just respect that a lot.
Yeah, and Aaron says, and you're right, because we talked about this too. We have to remember with the MVP, it is a regular season award.
Yeah,
and it is based off of what you did during the regular season. And yeah, they don't announce it till literally it was literally like a few days before the Super Bowl. And so, but even with that, Saquon rushed for 2,000 yards in the regular season. Yep. He probably should have been the MVP. If you ask me, I think he was the best player in there. And yes, you're right. All-time humanitarian. Yeah, Warwick Dunn has done so.
Warwick Dunn is my favorite dude. That dude he's just awesome.
So I mean it. So I look at this, and I mean we could spend all day on Warwick Dunn and all the stuff he has done, but looking back. So looking at the MVP. So this is a list, and this is according to Fox Sports over here. But you haven't had anyone other than a quarterback win the MVP since Adrian Peterson did it in 2012. After that, Peyton Manning in 2013, Aaron Rodgers in 2014, Cam Newton with the Carolina Panthers when they went to the Super Bowl 2015. Next year was Matt Ryan, 2016, when the Falcons went to the Super Bowl. Then it was Tom Brady, 2017, Patrick Mahomes, 2018, Lamar Jackson, 2019, Aaron Rodgers back-to-back in 2020 and 2021. Then Patrick Mahomes won his second MVP in 2022. Lamar Jackson won his second MVP in 2023, and then you had Josh Allen from last year. I get it. Like everybody is situated around the quarterbacks, but my goodness, if
Let's
you
really go. We could go back in each one of those years and probably pick somebody that could have been an MVP that is a non-quarterback, without a doubt.
Yeah, and with the and I think with the running back position, and this is what's facing Jonathan Taylor this year. Of course, we'll see how good the Colts end up. But right now, again, he's the favorite. He's the favorite for MVP, if you ask me. And I know there's going to be some quarterbacks. You know what Baker Mayfield has been doing. Oh, shoot, even on Jonathan Taylor's team, Daniel Jones might actually get some consideration. But you got with these running backs, remember the running back position was so devalued. And you had people coming out here saying, there's no way I would draft a running back. Hey, you have a good night also,
Aaron. Thank you,
man. But you had so many people who were like, I wouldn't take a running back in the first round. There's no way I would do that. And the running back position was just so devalued. With the season Saquon Barkley had, and you can also give some of this to Derrick Henry as well, because he had a great season for the Ravens last year. But the running back, there are special running backs out there, just like there are special receivers. There are special players at all of these positions. And for that position to just go ahead and get devalued like that is insane to me. I don't understand how these other positions outside of the quarterback position, it's almost like if you listen to some of these networks, ESPN, of course, leading the pack. But if you listen to these networks, it's like nothing else matters besides the quarterback. And I'm glad to see first Saquon get some consideration for MVP, even though he didn't win it. And I'm glad to see Jonathan Taylor get some consideration too, because for me, he's the MVP right now. And Saquon was my MVP last year, even though I pretty much knew he was going to win it because he doesn't play in a quarterback position. It's pretty pathetic how we got to that narrative.
Yeah.
Before we head on out, Patrick, I'm going to touch on this a little bit, and then we might talk about this on the mystery show a little bit more. But the NBA gambling scandal has hit. And Chauncey Billups, who's the coach for the Portland Trail Blazers, at least for now, and the guard for the Miami Heat, Terry Rozier, was in it, and then a former player, Damon Jones, was also involved. Just for a few minutes. So, like the Terry Rozier part, I'm not trying to say that's not really important, but he has been investigated by the league. Apparently, the league didn't see anything, and now he's in this FBI investigation, and he's going to have to answer some questions about that. Not saying that part isn't important, but the Chauncey Billups angle is really kind of sticks out to me a little bit, just simply because
his is mafia involved.
Yeah, exactly. His is twofold. He was looked at as somebody who, all right, well, Portland is tanking. They're not going to play these players. And so that's basically insider trading because somebody knew about that. I guess Billups kind of told them about it. And now people can lay their bets. It's kind of some insider trading thing that's going on. A little shady there.
Hey, sounds like a Netflix documentary here in about 2 years.
And the poker games. Really? We got tables? We got tables that can read cards underneath? Yeah. What are we doing?
Cheating.
And look, and I'll just say this, because like I said, I think whenever we do our mystery show, which I'll tease it, it'll be coming up soon. But whenever...
Real soon.
Yeah, real soon. And so whenever we talk about it, I'll just say this, man. Where, like, if you're Chauncey Billups, I don't know what the spending habits are for him, but why get involved in this?
When you make that much money.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. It like, I guess the thrill of making $100,000 at a poker table, I guess, is really cool. I don't know, but you make too much money, man, and you're already under the spotlight. Like, don't do that. Don't do that.
It's baffling to me. Like, why get involved like that, dude? Like, you're like the quarterback of it. Like, and look, in closing, Patrick, unless you have anything else to add, but for me, I'll just say this: everything, we know it's innocent until proven guilty. But normally, if the FBI has something,
they have
got you.
It's guilty until proven innocent now.
Yeah.
In today's society, it's guilty until proven innocent. You got to work your butt off to get proven innocent.
Exactly, man. So with that, man, what is coming up for Bro Epic?
Well, keep checking out the social medias. We got Monday Morning Motivation every Monday. So you got to look out the new one. It was from Gandhi. I had to pull that one out because it was a good one.
I want to say real quick, man. Preston blasted you with that balloon.
Yeah. Okay. So Charles was talking about season 2, episode 4. I got blasted, dude, and it was so unexpected. I was holding a football, and boom, and I was like,
yeah.
What was that? Braylon's over here going, yeah, that was a good image though. I had to, dude. It took me like 5 minutes to like get that image so that I could put it on that post.
You captured it perfectly though. The impact of the water splashing on you.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool, and I got that, and I was like, that's going on there for sure. So, but we did get season 2 wrapped up, so expect that probably tomorrow sometime. Check out who won. It's a field goal challenge, so check that out. We still got the parents versus kids kickball. We're going to start trying to get that together now that season 2 is done. We still haven't figured out what we're going to do for season 3, but it's probably going to be back to me and Brantley again, challenging each other. And then we got November. No, November is the parents kickball game, and then December is going to be the parents versus kids flag football. Or parents and kids flag football. So yeah, be prepared for those because those are going to be a lot of fun. We do a lot of challenges between each other, and then we play a really fun game. And then I got me a referee shirt ready to go. Yeah.
It sounds good, man. And for both of sports, so I mentioned that we have a mystery show coming up. So we are gonna start kind of popping up with some mystery shows. And look, the crazy thing is Patrick and I don't even really know the days. We're just whatever basically we feel like doing it, and everything aligns for the time.
Yeah.
Just be on the lookout for different shows outside of the show that we normally have on Tuesday evenings. Shorties are back as well. And also, we'll probably wait till the beginning of next year to like get the interview started. Reason being is because we're coming up on the holidays, and Patrick and I have had discussions. The holidays are going to be a little bit choppy for us, so
it's going to be really choppy for me. And I might even miss a few episodes where Charles has to hold down the fort. He's had to do this in the past because November and December is just like crazy for me. It's like I'm here and then I'm there, and then I might jump on a show, but then you're going to see like, why does Patrick look so weird? And it's because I'm on a laptop with no internet. Yeah. Or I literally have a hotspot on my phone with a computer, and yeah.
Could be what Aaron said, budget cuts.
Yeah.
You remember you came out, I think it was our NFL preview, and he said, "What's up with Patrick? Budget cuts?"
Yep, budget cuts at that point. So yeah, it gets really choppy for us around the holidays, and so I mean, I even think we even take breaks during the holidays because it's just so sporadic, and it's just like, we'll just pick up after the first.
Exactly. So, but be on the lookout for those. All that is all that is in the plans. But we'll just see how everything works out with the holidays, and when we figure it out, then we will be quick to let y'all know what is going on. So, with that, that will conclude this latest edition of the Bofa Sports webcast, and that is what we are breathing on for this evening. Y'all make sure y'all visit the Bofa Sports YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, and follow the Bofa Sports Facebook page. So everybody, take care. Aaron, again, thanks for tuning in, bringing the energy as usual. And for the rest of y'all, thanks for tuning in, watching, and we appreciate all the views and all the love that y'all show by watching. So take care, have a great rest of the week, and happy Halloween.
Yeah, and go dogs.